Huge family conversation. This is an entirely new set of videos, I guess, or podcasts that I'm going to be doing just short, basic book reviews about some of the things that we've been reading as a family and some of the basic, I guess, the content and other good material that can provide benefit to anybody who's really wanting to take the next steps in their growth. I find that this is something that is been on my mind because I I've often struggled with finding things that are I guess, aligned with what it is that I'm trying to focus on. The classic kind of success statement is, we're a product of the books we read and the people we associate with. And I don't know exactly who said that, but I find it very true over the last handful of years as I've read more and spent more time around people with similar values and going in a similar purposeful direction that I find a lot more enrichment in the world that we live in, as difficult as that might sound. There's so much negative and different things going on, but I want to keep these to 5-10 minutes max about some of these different books, kind of within the areas of personal growth, social and political issues, even spiritual content, anything that could relate to some of the other podcasts that we're doing. I want to just give a little bit of context to what those books are saying so that someone doesn't necessarily have to read, 20, 30 pages to find out if that's aligned with what it is, the area where they're looking to grow. Because I've certainly done that. In fact, just about a week or two ago, I read about half of a book and had to put it down because it just wasn't what I was needing at that time, and picked up a different one. And nothing wrong with the book that I've been reading, but I picked up a different one and it fit much better where the areas that I was trying to grow in. And so I think that's kind of the purpose is I really want to help people on that personal growth and development journey as I find that is a foundational piece for us strengthening those areas where we're weak in a very tumultuous time of social, political, economic unrest and upheaval. Reading is something, learning from professionals. Almost nobody's a professional in anything, let alone in multiple areas, of course. And so being able to read from people who have more information, more knowledge, who are professionals, I find is so valuable. And for us to get even the small snippets from their content, I think is greatly important. And so that's a lot of what the purpose of this kind of mini reviews are going to be, is to just help whoever it is that is looking for a book on personal growth, for example, to read some of those or to watch some of these videos and find, okay, this book is more aligned with what I'm trying to improve in, or leadership, or again, social, political events, spiritual things, whatever that might be, just to kind of help facilitate that process. Because I've certainly been there where I've not known much, and then I pick it up, and then I end up putting it back down, and I don't want that to be the same. I'd rather save somebody a handful of hours so they don't have to go through that. And then I certainly care about whoever it is that's watching this video. I care about whoever it is that's wanting to take this journey, because this is how we do better for our families, do better for our community, do better for the people that we love and care about. And if we can all put forth a little bit of effort in, taking 15, 20 minutes a day, have an hour to a week to start reading some of these books, it's going to radically change, the outlook of the future of, well, any individual, but any family, any community, and of course, hopefully our country as a whole. So hopefully these can be helpful to you. I would love any feedback. If anybody has any questions or things that they're they want to ask specifically, then of course feel free to reach out and we can talk about those things. But I yeah, look forward to doing this journey with whoever it is that watches these, and talking about some of these great books that we have the privilege of getting our hands on. So thanks again.